everybody, and welcome back to Shay's Hobby Doc Bay. Okay. Whew, boy, was last night a scary night. Katie's fine. She's doing good. She feels great today. No pain in her throat at all whatsoever. And she's not thrown up. She can breathe. She just feels sore. And that's the only thing she told me. So I'm assuming because she was throwing up last night. So I'm assuming that it's soreness maybe from throwing up, because they said she was throwing up like pretty bad continuously. Alright, let me tell y'all the story. She has been sick for more than a week now with a very bad sore throat and feeling, I don't really know if she had fever. She probably had a little bit of fever, but she had been feeling bad with it and couldn't hardly talk because of it. And when she did talk, it was like a very hoarse whisper. And so, last night, me and Albert had just got through eating supper. Of course, our supper is always real late. He didn't get home till like 8 o'clock, so we was cooking and eating supper after 8 o'clock. But we had just got through eating, and he was settling down to watch a little bit of TV, and I was coming in here in my craft room to get started crafting and whatever, and watching my videos. So, he gets a phone call, and I'm hearing what he's saying, which he had put it on speaker, so I heard the lady that was on the other end. And it was Katie's neighbor. We know her. We've met her. Every time we have kind of like an event, holiday eating or something at Katie's house, they always come over. So it was Miss Karen. And I heard her when Albert answered the phone and said hello. I don't know if she was on her phone or maybe Katie's phone, because she was at Katie's house. And she told Albert, she said, "Mr. Al, this is Karen, Katie's next door neighbor." And she said, she is throwing up continuously. She can't hardly breathe. She's took a lot of the medicine that doctor gave her. Oh yeah, see, she had went to the doctor finally with her sore throat, and the doctor had given her like a bunch of different medicine. Told her to take it all and that she should start feeling better soon. So she took it all. All at once. So, and Katie has always, her back history ever since she was real little, she has always had bad allergic reactions to medicines. And I mean, there was one medicine that she would take, I can't remember now what it was, but it would make her loopy, boo-boo. I mean, she would start being silly and crazy and laughing and cutting up about all kind of different things because of this medicine. So anyway, so she takes all this medicine. Okay, so Miss Karen's calling and, telling us that they've called the ambulance, and Marcus is on his way from work because he was at work. Alright, Marcus comes in while he's on the phone. As soon as I heard Miss Karen and what she was saying, I jumped up and started getting dressed. And Albert was still on the phone with her. And so, Marcus comes in while Albert's on the phone with her, and he gets the phone, and he's talking to the ambulance people and explaining to them about Katie and what's been going on and everything. And Albert's got it on speaker, and me and him can hear Marcus talking to the ambulance people. So Albert starts getting ready, and then by the time he gets off the phone, we finish getting ready, we get in the car, and we go. Well, they had said at first that the ambulance was going to take her to the Slidell ER. And that's the ambulance they call, because that's what they like to use. They don't want to go to Picayune here. But they ended up going to Picayune. And the reason is, the ambulance people said it is some type of allergic reaction, a bad case of it. They was afraid her throat was like going to close up on her, and that she would not make it to the Slidell emergency. So they were going to take her to Picayune instead. So it's closer, and they'd hurry up and get there and all that kind of stuff. Well, that freaks us all out, Oh my word. And then I start thinking about Gracie, and I thought, oh my God, what's going to happen? And, all these thoughts that run through your mind. Oh boy. So anyway, we were already in the car and on the way headed to Slidell when they called us. I can't even remember if it was Marcus. Oh, let me back up a little bit. See, I can't remember to tell everything just right in order. Gracie was at Auntie's house. That's Elizabeth, my oldest daughter. They had been planning for a whole week a sleepover at Auntie's house. So Gracie had gotten to Auntie's at 6:30 last night, and they had ordered pizza, and they was having movie night, and a big old fun sleepover, sleeping with this big old stuffed teddy bear, and Gracie was all excited about it. Had been looking forward to this all the time. So she was at Auntie's house, and it is a good thing. Oh my Lord, if that child had been home with her mama when her mama got like that, and called the neighbor, and then the neighbor called the ambulance, and then the ambulance getting her mama. Oh, I am so glad she was at Elizabeth's. She would have freaked out. And actually, we didn't tell her nothing about it. She still don't even know anything about it to today. Nothing. We're not going to tell her because everything's fine. But Albert had called Elizabeth and was telling her, but we didn't tell Gracie. So, we kept Elizabeth updated too. So we was on the way to Slidell when Marcus, I guess is who called us and told us that they changed it. Turn around, if wherever we're at, go to Picayune. They're taking her to Picayune because they're afraid she won't make it to Slidell. And that's what freaked us out then. So we had to turn around, and then we went here to the hospital. All right. Got there. We beat the ambulance there. So Albert let me out of the door. He goes and parks. I go in. I ask the lady at the desk, I tell her, I said, I'm here for Katie. I am her mother. And then she looked it up and she said, we don't have nobody for that. I said, okay, well, they hadn't got here yet, but the ambulance has got her. And so she told me to sit down. So I did. Albert comes in. I tell him. But then he goes out and looks. He's looking and watching for the ambulance. And so when the ambulance comes up, he goes because he wanted to see her and make sure she was all right. She was sitting up. They had oxygen on her. And as soon as she seen her daddy, she shook her head at him. And that was letting him know that she was okay. She's conscious. She knows everything. And so they bring her on in, and he comes back in the thing. Marcus comes in. They won't even let him back there at first until they get her, I guess, registered in the computer system and all that. And so we're sitting there waiting, and finally they come get Marcus, and he goes back there for a while, and we're sitting and waiting and worrying, and finally he comes out, and he explains to us it was a bad case of allergic reaction to 2 of the different medicines. I think one was the antibiotic, and another one was something else, cough syrup or something. Can't remember what it was. So they gave her that allergic shot, that Evrindil. I can't remember the name of it, y'all. Maybe y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they gave her that, and they didn't give her any more medicine. They was letting her calm down and get rested for that. If I've got it all right. I hope I've got it right. I'm doing the best I can to remember. Anyway, and they wanted to keep her for 2 hours just to watch over her, make sure she was going to be okay, and all of that. So they did. Me and Albert came on back home then. Of course, Marcus stayed with her. And like I said, we kept Elizabeth updated and everything. And then I was texting my family and asking for prayers and keeping them updated and all of that. And while we was in the hospital waiting is when I made the 2 short videos one to ask prayer and then an update on her. Sorry if I scared anybody, but hey, it scared us too, and we wanted all the prayers that we could get. Okay, so anyway, we come on home, and Marcus keeps updating us, saying that Katie, the first one was she's laying there resting, and she's good. And then the next one was we're fixing to be released. Everything's, she's doing good and all this kind of stuff. And then the next one was they were at home, and Katie was, going to bed and was resting and was okay. And then this morning he texted and said that she woke up this morning feeling great and with no pain at all whatsoever. And then I texted on her a while ago, and she said she's feeling good. She's just sore. So everything's good, and I want to thank everybody for your prayers. The ones of you that watched and gave me thumbs up, they are very much appreciated. And the prayers for my daughter, yes, thank you so much, and I'm so glad everything's okay. Alright guys, I just wanted to update y'all, good, not just the little shorts, and let y'all know about the whole thing, what happened and everything. Okay, I will let y'all go, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.